All right.
So,
What's going on, boys? First podcast. Our question for today is, what is ethics?
oh yeah. So, definition on Google states that ethics is the moral principle that governs a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. So, the second definition of the branch of knowledge that deals with more principles. So, basically, ethics is how you govern your life and the decisions that you make that will decide on how you choose to view certain topics.
All right. So I feel like ethics, it's different for everybody, obviously, right? It's kind of like your own opinion. It's the best way to put it. So there's different, I don't want to talk about abortion. That's just not something we're about to talk about right now. But ethics, it's kind of complicated if I'm being honest, okay? So you could think something is morally right. And we could even take it back to the stupid bread stealing for family. Like you steal a loaf of bread for your hungry family because you're homeless. Could talk about that, but that's kind of stupid if we're being honest here, okay? So, ethics, it's deeper than just bullshit like that, okay? So, we gotta dig deeper and figure out the true meaning.
Yeah. So, ethics is constantly changing. So, when, like, there is, you can agree or disagree with me on this, but there's certain laws that are made that are based on our government's principles and ethics. So, for me as a Christian, I'm not going to believe in abortion because that goes against the ethics that were set in the Bible for what I follow. So I can't go against that. But for certain topics, I can change my view and I can change my ethics and how I view a topic, and that's changing for everybody. So when when people try and make laws on different topics that can constantly change, that are constantly changing, you can't necessarily say what's wrong or right because our society is changing, people's opinions are changing, stuff is changing, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and everybody's different too. So we're all gonna have our different opinions, right? So let's say, all right, anything political. Let's say I'm a Republican. I'm not a Republican. Let's say I am, and he's a true-hearted Democrat. Okay, so he has all of his morals and everything that he thinks that goes back from his religion to just like what he believes on a daily basis. I may have the complete opposite, and people make it seem like everybody's terrible just because they have their own opinions. I think everybody has their own opinion, so I think like not everybody's just a terrible person. You gotta be more like open-minded with this, right?
And that's hard for people to be open-minded because you want to fit along with someone. As humans, we want to be part of a group. We want to be in something because that makes us feel whole. And a lot of people can't get past that aspect of, well, if I'm by myself and I guess a code hero where you live by your own rules, a lot of people can't live like that because they're stuck in that mindset. They're stuck there, you know?
Yeah, they're just kind of because they don't want to open up their mind. They don't want to be open-minded and think about new things. When we're all just gonna be morons like that and just keep your head closed up and not listen to anybody, and we're not gonna gain anything from that.
That's what I feel is holding us back the most.
Dude, because like our world is going down the shitter. Let's be honest here. It's going down pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not to really scare anybody. It's just, but keep in mind that you can make the change. That you can tell people, hey, stop following this because you don't believe in this. You just want to be part of something, or you could believe in it, but it's not necessarily the right opinion. Like it. All right, well, take that back. Take that back. Actually, take that back. Take that back. Sorry, that's really biased. That's really biased. But like, you just gotta think of your own opinion. And if you agree with a group of people, then you agree with a group of people. But the one thing that we both don't stand for is all this cancel culture shit. Like, give someone a
dude,
chance.
don't even get me started on that.
If they mess up, like, come on, you gotta look at them and you gotta be like, okay, you gotta look at all the different angles, all the different possibilities of what could have happened before you make your decision.
Yeah.
Because when you make your decision on limited evidence, then you have a pretty messed up decision, and you can ruin someone's reputation based on something that might not have even happened.
Well, and it comes down to people just like trying to mess with each other at this point. Anything on TikTok, it's complete BS. I don't understand it. There's no point for it. It's all just like, just fake.
There
really.
is some stuff. There's actually, I feel like there's a lot of stuff out there that is very truthful. Kudos to you guys that are truthful. Respect that shit. But there's a lot of stuff that is, But that isn't what's gonna make money. That isn't what's gonna get views. What's gonna get views is the most outrageous statements.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna get views.
Yeah.
We know that's facts.
Well, I mean, and that's how people are just gonna like.
Sorry,
That's
I thought I could break it too. Thought I could break that.
That's just how people are built. You know what I mean? Like they're just gonna. Their main goal is just trying to tear people down, right?
And that's kind of sad. Like, why do you want to live your life
Exactly.
tearing people down? Like, if there's someone that needs to get taken down a notch,
Yeah. Then
like,
take it,
'cause they're-
take them down a little.
take
bit.
them down a notch. Like, and I'm saying this in the aspect of like, they are hella cocky. They're not taking in other people's ideas. They're really just disrespecting you.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you could take them down a notch. But like, if they're just being
If it's someone that
themselves-
you just don't like, if it's someone you don't
just
like,
don't
you don't
like.
you don't have
Yeah,
the right to
exactly.
just take it all down. Like,
exactly, like if you don't like their personality, then just don't try and take them down. Like, they're their own selves. But
Just
once they
ignore 'em.
really start like offending you and attacking you, then like you can kind of be like, okay, this needs to stop.
Well, or it's some like stupid stuff, like people getting canceled right now on TikTok, anything like that. It's all just BS because everybody's just fighting for fame right now. So there's nothing important happening, and it like, all right,
I'd say the biggest thing though is people like don't know what to fight for when someone offends them. Like, if you're making like, if you just offend me, like, oh, you're short.
yeah,
Which
there's
I'm not,
Yeah, no,
but if
dude,
you just
people are just too sensitive.
It's like, okay, you just called me short. I'm not gonna attack you. But once you start attacking my morals, what gets me mad is when you start talking about my family, when you start talking about, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
actual stuff that
Yeah.
should really piss you off. Oh, these are my skateboarding shoes. I gotta keep them clean.
You know, I could tell you burned.
I have my Vans too. It's like all flat. They were Vans.
All right.
So you know I'm a skater. I can shred through a pair of Vans.
Okay. Ethics.
What are they? What are the
Ethics?
questions that follow ethics?
You could think of ethics as just an opinion. I think that's like the best way to think about what ethics is if you don't understand what it means,
Yeah.
right? So let's use the bread question, okay? You need to steal.
The dumb bread question. Remember?
Yeah,
that.
the dumb
bread question.
the dumb bread question. Okay, so you're stealing bread for your homeless family. You're homeless. They don't have anything. You need to steal bread. Is it okay at that point to just steal, right? Because you don't have any money. It's going to be an opinion. Everybody's gonna think
But
differently.
so here's the questions. When you're asking a question, it doesn't necessarily always have to be tied to stealing. Just a little disclosure.
Yeah.
But when you're asking ethics, you need to think, what is my reason for this, and
Yeah.
how will it affect others?
Yeah.
And then the person who's facing the question needs to think, how can I picture myself in their shoes? What would I do so you come from their perspective on what they did, and if they saw you? The next question is, how does it affect yourself? I feel, because as humans, it's very hard to put others first, and it's possible, there's people out there, but you need to, in this situation, kind of put yourself first and be like, how is this going to affect me, after you ask how it's going to affect others.
Yeah. So like, if you want to get someone in trouble for, all right, we're gonna say this again. Ethics isn't always about stealing. I steal Pelly's Pit Vipers right here. These beautiful glasses.
I winked under them to you guys. Just so you know.
What is my reasoning for that? Okay, obviously I have a pair on my face right
Is it
now.
good reasoning? Is it good or wrong in your own opinion? You need
Right.
to ask that.
So I think ethics is what is right or what is wrong, okay? And everybody's going to have their own opinion on it, okay? So he could either flip out and get mad at me, or he could ask me why I did that, okay? So by him asking me why I did that, he's going to try to understand what my reasoning was, and obviously why I did that, because that's what he asked me, okay? Ethics is kind of complicated, but it all comes down to, like, is this true? Okay.
And it's really, really complicated though.
I think we gotta cut it.
Oh,
Hey boys, get you some Pit Vipers. PitVipers.com. We're not sponsored, but dude, come on, get us sponsored. That'd be lit.